I can't believe we're still in the Champions League, even at this stage, but here we are in the third qualifying round of said Champions League, and now it's time for the real pasting against Olympiakos. Hello everybody and welcome back to episode 17 of Unemployed to Legend with Swansea University. My name is Craig and come up in today's video, as mentioned, the Champions League third qualifying round, home and away against Olympiakos. This very same Olympiakos who have been dominating the Greek Super League for, I have no idea. I've looked at this and I've lost count of how long they've been dominating for. Say the last 27 years, give or take. Something stupid like that. Now, I know the league isn't actually loaded, which is the slim bit of hope I think we might have against them today. But the fact that they've been dominating the league regardless, even if it hasn't been loaded, says otherwise. Now, obviously, in fact, how many stars are they? Jeez, 3.5. My goodness. They're better than Maribor, who we played in the last round. In fact, if you didn't see that last episode, which was only yesterday, we are doing these episodes daily. For as long as we are in Europe, these videos will be happening daily for this week at least. May I suggest you go back and watch the miracle that was that victory against Maribor in the last episode. It was truly a great performance by the lads. But we are getting straight into the meat of things in this episode, straight into the third qualifying round. No new people have come in, no new people have gone out yet. Unfortunately, Sonny Al-Jafri, one of our main central defenders, has been approached by Brighton. They're under 21s, remember that, not the actual Brighton team. Their under 21s are trying to poach him from us. And Ryan Reynolds, who remains very upset with us that we haven't promised him that he's going to be playing more games. So as a result, he's been kind of frozen out of the team. There you just see Al-Jafri, just to see how good he is physically. But it's a bit of a shame that Ryan Reynolds will more than likely be leaving us because he is very, very sad. Now, this is going to be the 11 that we are going to be sending out for the Champions League third qualifying rounds, the home leg at least. We're at home to start this one. Why is Robson in goal? Oh my god, no. Adegoke is going to go in goal. I know Robson is technically, apparently better star-wise than Adegoke, but Adegoke's performed miracles in this cup run, so he deserves to stay in goal. Adegoke is in goal, a back four of Yorworth, Jones, Al-Jafri and Edwards. Hang on, Far. Have I not sorted like half my team? Good grief, Far is going to be starting that. Oh, come on, Gabe, don't mess with me. It's gonna mess with me. You know what, let's just go with Yorworth first, because he's another player who's been unhappy. We haven't promised him enough game time. I have now done that through the media. So he's going to be playing a lot more, and hopefully he will be happy for it. He's going to start at left back for us for the moment, because Ogungbo is actually tired. Charlie Farr is going to start on the right side of the midfield. I can finally swap him in. Perry and Fuster in the middle, Harkin on the left wing, Patterson and Brown Sterling are up front. Our new signing, Lewis Orford, who we saw in the last episode, or the episode before, I can't remember where. He's finally in the Champions League squad. We could squeeze him in. So he will start from the bench, and you may or may not see him. In fact, chances are you will probably see him in these two games because Perry is starting to feel a little bit more tired recently. Also, he's on a yellow card. I think he's one game from suspension. Yeah, he is. So we're going to have to be very, very careful with him. I hope this also isn't the last match that we'll see Sonny Al-Jafri, because that would be very, very sad if that was truly the case. Now, let's go and pump some fists. Let's go out there. Let's go and see what we can do against Olympiakos. They're all very fired up. I'll give them that. By the way, apologies if you can only just hear me above the music, because I finally sorted it out. So we'll just enjoy the music for as long as possible, and then we'll just get straight into the game, because I'm not doing this every single time in Europe. Okay, and away we go with the home leg against home leg. Remember, we're still at Swansea City Stadium against Olympiakos, a team I didn't think we would be facing while at Swansea University. The Swansea are just facing up against some serious opposition now. This is utterly insane. If we somehow come through this tie, having gone through to the playoff round of the Champions League, there's something fishy going on. I'm calling, oh, off the bar as well by Perry. I'm calling serious corruption from my own club if that is something that happens. I don't think the university system goes that far, does it? Doesn't quite extend to corruption in the footballing world, does it? Although you never know in today's footballing world. Agents, sponsorships. I'm looking at you, Manchester City. Right, Olympiakos are on the counter-attack here. They have got some very good players. They do have one or two players that I do recognise, if we just get that screen back up again. Jan Mvilla is playing for them. Gonzalo Avila is playing for them as well. That's not the same Pepe from Real Madrid, don't worry, that's not the same guy. Onyekuru, I've heard that name as well. So there are a few players who you probably will be very, very familiar with from previous European clubs, not necessarily from Olympiakos. Brown Sterling taking the ball forward. We look so much slower compared to Olympiakos. It's so bad. It's funny, but it's so bad as well. I just don't want us to get an absolute pasting because that's not going to do much for the dynamics. Now, speaking of getting into this third qualifying round, we looked at the rules at the end of the last episode and we found that regardless, even if you lose this qualifying round, and that is a penalty to Olympiakos, and oh my god, that's a red as well. Oh, that's just disrupted my train of thought. Right, Far, you're going to drop back here. Patterson is going to have to be sacrificed, unfortunately. Brown Stoney can stay up there. And Garrick will come on as the winger on the right-hand side. Luckily, you got Harkin on the left-hand side of midfield who can cut inside. And that is 1-0 Olympiakos, and we're down to 10 men. You can tell it's a very big game, can't you? Because that's where we get the red cards. Oh, that's going to absolutely destroy us. It also means Edwards is going to miss, well, quite a few games in Europe. In fact, it's a straight red card. No, it's not. Oh, it's a second yellow card, actually. Okay, so he'll just miss the second leg. That's fine. It just means someone else can probably slot in. Probably Pilkington. In fact, Pilkington hasn't played for the last couple of games. I don't know why. Just follow the team selection. As I was saying before, even if we lose this time, we go into the Europa League playoff round after this, which means even if we lose that, we will go into the group stages for the Europa Conference League, which will mean 6 more guaranteed games in Europe and a ton of money to go with it. Although, really and truly, for Swansea, the money doesn't actually matter so much because we can't go semi-pro, we can't go professional, we can't pay anybody, we can't buy anybody. So really and truly, going into the group stages is purely for the experience, and that's the first time for me. Usually, when I've gone into Europe before, it's always been because, you know, we need the money. We need to progress, we need the money. It doesn't really matter for Swansea because they can't go any further. This is the peak of what Swansea University can actually do because they're going to forever be part of the university system. I could go 50 years into my career. We could do 50 seasons in this series. I'm not saying we will. Depends how many seasons I can get through. But even if I did 50 seasons, Swansea University will be in the same position as they were pretty much now. This is as far as they're going. And I did, by the way, see that Olympiakos hit the bar. They're coming way, way too close to another goal, but obviously that makes sense because we're down to 10 men. And we are Swansea University. They are Olympiakos. What are they going to do to us at their grounds? That is the problem. Taylor Perry is knackered, so Lewis Orford is indeed going to come on in central midfield. Brown Sterling is tired as well, so Omelabu... Oh god, no. Wrong person. Edmondson's not going up front. What do you think I am? Yorworth is going to come on for Aljafri. Agungbo is going to go left back with Yorworth dropping into the middle. Those are going to be the changes that we'll make for the moment. What's that? 3-4 changes that I just made, so I think we get one more. And for my final trick, I don't know whether to go more attacking, in all fairness. Mark Harris. Yeah, you can go on the left-hand side. You can go for Lee Harkin. Let's see. Let's just go attacking. We may as well, because I have zero hope for us away from home in Greece, because their fans are going to be absolutely up for it. They're going to be frothing at the mouth against us. They're just going to see a university team who, by rights, they should be beating. But Harris has got the ball here on the left-hand side. If he can find someone, there is Omalabu, and he has stuck one in the back of the net. I was about to say if he could find one, I fully expected him to shoot though. But no, Harris actually passes the ball into the middle. Omalabu sticks it in the back of the net, and it is 1-1 with 4 minutes to go. Plus injury time. Great finish by Omalabu. He certainly deserved a goal in Europe for whatever time he's had out here. But that gives us a lot of confidence, possibly, if we can just hold on in these last few minutes. It is 5 added minutes and we have no time left. It's not the greatest result in the world, judging by, obviously it's our home leg, but look at the XG. Olympiakos just played us off the park. We just robbed them blind in the last few minutes. We absolutely robbed them, and we go to Greece with about 5% chance of actually getting through because it's an away leg in Greece. I fully expect the pasting in the second leg of this tie. Just to make it absolutely clear, Brighton, you are my enemy now. For what you have just done, taking Sonny Al-Jafri away from us when we needed him the most. You are now my enemy, and I will make sure to take you down. So after the disappointment of losing Al-Jafri to Brighton, I do think our squad has been slightly weakened because of that. So we have made a couple of changes anyway. Yorworth will come in at central defence for the now departed Al-Jafri, and Pilkington is in for the suspended Edwards after his double yellow card in the last game. So Farr will stay in as the right winger. That's important because I have made a promise to play him technically up here, so we're not even doing that. I'll probably start playing him as an attacking right winger, but certainly not in this match because it's Olympiakos away. So other than that, everything is as you were. I think Fuster was starting in the last match. So let's get to it. Let's see if we can produce another miracle or if we finally get that European pasting at the hands of Olympiakos. Just telling the lads that nothing is expected of us here, and that is clearly the case throughout the entire run. As we get a highlight straight off here, Harkin plays it into, I think that was Omalabu, but it has been headed against the bar and, the post and cleared. Nothing is expected of us. The fans are absolutely rabid. Look at the sea of red and white around the stadium. Let me just zoom out here. Oh my goodness. No, this is the biggest stadium we've played in thus far. That's insane. These players have never been to a ground like this. Al-Jafri would have been useful here. Oh my god, I thought we gave away another penalty there. Who was that? Who made that tackle? I think that was Harkin. Please don't do that, man. We've already had one red card in the last match. We don't really want another one. Albeit we played better with 10 men, ironically, but I'm not wishing for that at all. I take back everything I said, Harkin. You're absolutely brilliant. Oh my god. 14 minutes gone. Olympiakos 0. Swansea University 1. Lee Harkin has just put us in the lead. I talk about how we're owed a European pasting by one of these teams. My players are just looking at me like, we don't believe a word you're saying, we think we're better than that. Farr is getting forward here and, oh my god, no, oh my god, that's just cleared off the line. I think it's offside anyway, but we're coming close again to a second goal. The XG is massively high already. We've stunned the Olympiakos crowd into silence. Look at them behind all these graphics. Look at that. Silence. The red and white army has literally just fallen silent. They're just sitting on their hands at this point. Especially as we're coming up to half time. We've got ourselves a free kick. Perry takes it. There is Jones, but it is over the bar. These players don't listen to a word I say. They do the complete opposite and actually go and score goals that I don't think we had in us. Just carry it on for the second half, lads. We're 2-1 up on aggregate. I was saying how we play well with 10 men. but we've looked every inch a half-decent team, even with 11. We've basically just come to Olympiakos and said, screw it. Well, we have nothing to lose, so we may as well just absolutely go for it. Ogungbo, please don't. I thought he not only given away a penalty, but we just conceded there, but Jones clears it just off the line. If somehow we do get through this, that means we've guaranteed the Europa League minimum for the group stage. Could you imagine if we made it into the Champions? I know I'm talking absolute rubbish here, but could you imagine Swansea University in the Champions League group stages? Just picture that in your mind for a moment and just think of the group of death that we will get. Because that's not something I want to imagine. It is absolutely horrendous. And by the way, I do know it is the 87th minute. I've not made any single substitution. I'm not touching a single thing, and it's worked. I can't believe I'm saying this. Swansea University are on the verge of the Champions League group stages. That bed behind me, I might actually have to go and have a lie down. What? Yes, these players are tired, but that's fine. They can have the game off against Bala. Let the reserves go out against them. Oh my god. We're into the playoff round. 86,000. That's another 86,000. We will also receive another 86,000. Oh, we got another load for winning. So that's for playing in the third qualifying round. That's for winning it. We've got £250,000 in the bank again. By the way, I know it was higher after the last episode. We've actually begun spending it. So let me just show you. Wait. Where is it? There we go. Planned youth facilities work. It's not like we can spend the money on anything else. We can't spend it on the transfer budget or whatever. So might as well just improve the youth facilities. Why not? They'll be done by January. Whether we'll still be here in January, I don't know. And then this is the playoff round. So even if we lose, we go into the Europa League group stage. So the Europa League at worst. That's what we've got. The Europa League at worst. And then lose the prize. Huh? Oh my god. £4.31 million for losing. Why did I choose an amateur club? This money is wasted on Swansea Uni. We will be back for the Champions League playoff rounds, and I think we've already know who we're facing. We're playing Partizan. So I believe that's Partizan Beograd, or Partizan Belgrade, I think they're known as. From Serbia. Are they the Serbian champions then? Yes, they are. We're facing the champions of all the nations, it seems. So we will be back for those two games where we could inconceivably find ourselves in the Champions League group stages. Well. I didn't think we'd actually come this far this quickly. Surely you have enjoyed this episode. And if you have, hit that like button down below. Smash the big red subscribe button. Do not miss the next episode. We could make history and secure Champions League group stage football. At worst, the Europa League. It's a celebration in the next episode, so let's go and have some fun with it. Thank you all so much for watching. Thank you all for the support on this series so far. Have yourself a great rest of the week. I will see you tomorrow for the next episode. It is going to be a lot of fun, hopefully. Enjoy the rest of your week as well, and look forward to seeing you all in the next episode.